You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Bremen Motor Cars and by Wellington Anti-Aging. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
What's up, y'all? Got Ricky Bobby back here today.
Feels nice to be back.
You're alive. It feels nice to be alive for you, I'm sure.
Yes, very much so. Dealt with a bout of something I don't know. Some creature wanted out of me. It's out of me.
Did you have something funky to eat?
Yeah, I went to a barbecue
Yeah.
that I did not personally barbecue. I think that's what happened.
What do you think was the suspect food?
There was some brats there. It was a lot. It was a big spread.
Okay.
And I ate a lot. And I think something in there. I don't really know. There was some chicken. There was some bratis. There was some burgers.
A lot of suspect food.
There's some things that I probably should have. There was a chicken, a buffalo chicken dip that kinda smelled funny, but I don't know. It could be anything. Really.
Did it smell like salmonella?
Huh?
Did it have a certain smell to
What the hell does salmonella smell like?
Maybe some Ebola in there?
No,
I'm
it
wondering.
didn't smell like that.
I'm glad you're okay.
No, thank you.
At a cookout, there's always some suspect foods. Chicken, you got to watch.
You really got to watch it, yeah.
You got to watch the guy that's grilling, too. I always kind of like size up whoever's behind the grill, and I kind of get a profile of that person to say, okay.
Yeah.
Because if they are not manicured and don't have it together, they're not going to make sure that the chicken's cooked right.
It's a good point.
That's why
I'm just telling you.
I'm always the one behind the grill, and this one time was the one that I wasn't, and look what freaking happened. So
You always got to stay away from the deviled eggs. Flies love deviled eggs, and not to mention they sit out in the sun and they're disgusting.
Yeah, there's that too. Mainly they're just disgusting.
When you see an egg sweating, I can't believe when I see people chucking down sweaty deviled eggs that a fly just landed on. I want to vomit. I'm like going, you are going to die tomorrow.
And you almost did, Rick. You almost did.
Almost.
Egg salad is disgusting too. Any kind of like mayonnaise whipped up thing sitting in the sun in the heat.
not in the heat. It's got to be cold. It's got to be like refrigerated. Maybe like the pre-packaged ones at Publix. I'm good with.
It's
Those are good.
disgusting straight out of the fridge. I mean, be honest.
It's not.
It's disgusting.
Oh, pour some pepper. I'm okay with the egg salad.
me?
Put some peppers. Put some salt
Egg-
on there.
No, egg salad's amazing.
Yeah, it's
Do
great.
you not like macaroni salad either?
See, I was going to ask that too.
Dude, buzz
That's
off,
mayonnaise
man.
stuff, man. It just
Really?
gets funky.
You're just not
It
a mayonnaise
gets
guy? Is that
funky.
why?
Just mayonnaise is kind of gnarly. You know what? I did a contest one time where we tried to eat a bowl of mayonnaise.
Well, I
and
mean,
it's
that
just
could be
kinda-
why. You have
it's kinda-
PTSD from it.
Oh,
See, I can't do
Shucks.
mayonnaise on, like, you put I can't spread mayonnaise on something.
I mean, when you really break it down, mayonnaise is a pretty disgusting food.
No, it's eggs.
It's
And oil.
It's whipped eggs and oil, add heat, and
Add heat.
disgusting dude with.
No, this is not. You're really. Okay, you're destroying mayonnaise right now. And listen, I'm not the biggest
should
mayonnaise
be.
proponent.
Okay.
But mayonnaise-based products, i.e., macaroni salad, tuna salad. You don't like tuna?
I'm just saying, you ain't gonna see me yakking after a barbecue.
I mean,
you do it right. You have a strategy.
I
Stay
do.
away from those things.
Yeah.
The
Pretty much stay
mayonnaise.
away from. You know what? I eat usually before a barbecue.
Okay, that's fair.
It's a better move. I just don't trust it, man. Food out in the sun, just not a good plan. Boy, I tell you, things not looking good for the projections on this year's Miami Dolphins season. If you listen to the odds makers, Vegas giving the Dolphins its lowest over-under for wins in a decade. The NFL Network only ranked the highest Dolphins player, Cameron Wake, at 74 in their top 100 players. So the best player that the Dolphins have is number 74.
And he's like 33 years old.
Sports Illustrated's got the Dolphins going 3-13 this season.
nice.
That's not a good projection.
Oh, no, bad.
Yeah.
And now Madden 19 rankings have got the Dolphins as the fourth worst team in the NFL, only in front of the Cardinals, the Giants, and the Jets.
Hey, there you go. Your Jets. At least we're beating the Jets.
Jets are dead last.
All right.
Oh, my God.
In your
First
face.
of all, why the hell does anybody care what the hell Madden puts out there? Why do people care?
Because Madden is like the unofficial.
It's a video game.
It's the unofficial societal rankings.
It's a
how
video game. You
It's
friends.
a video game. What is the outcome when Madden does the Super Bowl? It got a pretty sizable.
It is a pretty good record. When they do just the simulation after the Super Bowl matchup has already been set, they do the simulation, and it's usually pretty dead on.
It's a video game.
I understand that. But you can say the same thing about a USA Today poll. It's a bunch of dudes
Human
deciding
element.
who's better.
Human element.
Computer
Human
simulations.
Yeah, no. We don't AI. That's what you're going with.
They're going to take over the world
But
eventually.
that's just it. They do projections. They break it down on the strength of every individual player. And by the way, for the Dolphins, no Dolphin players ranked among the top 50.
Oh, man.
You got Cameron Wake at 88, Rashad Jones at an 88, Tannehill's all the way down at an 83.
Tanny.
Yeah. That's what they got, Tannehill. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking good.
You know who cares about this though is the players, because the players. No,
yeah,
but they pay attention
no, they
to the
do.
stuff.
They talk a lot about, okay, what's your power ranking?
Right. They do. They talk about this stuff, and it's something that they brag about, and they play against each other.
Yeah.
It's a big deal to them.
And that's why the projections, a lot of times when they do
It hurts. It hurts your feelings.
the Super Bowl on this, it works.
I mean, could you imagine, like, you go on social media and they have some type of, like, projections of best radio hosts, and we're, like, at 85. Our feelings are going to kind of be hurt,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know?
It does mean something.
I love to see how AI would be able to help. I'd be able to rank radio stations by AI.
Madden did blow this last Super Bowl, though. They gave the Patriots a 64% chance of beating the Eagles.
Because everybody did. And then what happened? Human element.
Yeah. So they blew it this last year, but they did have a pretty good streak that was going before that.
They were doing well with it. So you're saying the Madden rankings don't matter, so what you're saying is that the Dolphins are actually going to be really good.
No, I
That's what
never
you're saying.
said that. I don't think you should use that as your barometer to figure out if you're going to be good or not.
So where do you put more clout to? Madden or like a Sports Illustrated had what, 3-13 projection, I think you said, right, Kev?
I put more on Madden because, to me, Madden gives, when you do a game simulation with the players and their strengths.
I like that second word. Simulation.
Yeah. It's just a lot more accurate, I think, when you plug it and run it through. You know, we even broke down, like, on the predictions on these sports writers, they're lucky if they go 50-50.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why,
Madden's got a much better record.
so people should just, be okay. Just, get to the season and just watch the games. Enjoy them.
Well, I think the question is, okay, where do you put these players, and did they get it right? When they ranked the quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers is ahead of Tom Brady. They got Aaron Rodgers at a 99. That's almost perfect.
Controversy.
Tom Brady's a 97, and that's a pretty good drop-off. You go down to a 90 power ranking for Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan, Andrew Luck, which I can't believe Andrew Luck's an 86.
Andrew Luck has not thrown a football in 2 friggin' years.
I know,
How
and
the hell is he an 86?
And he's the same as Ben Roethlisberger.
Are you
not giving him a lot of love.
me?
Yeah, no.
Can we look at this and say this is stupid now?
Well, that's where maybe they get it wrong. But if you get the power rankings right, and that's the whole question, did they get it right with the Dolphins? Or did they blow it and get it wrong?
Well,
I don't know.
I think the sad thing is that whether you trust something, a publication like SI more or Madden, either way, the Dolphins are going to be terrible. So whichever one you want to go
Across
with,
the board, it's all pretty crappy.
they all agree.
Yeah. Pro Bowl receiver. He's running a 4.440. No team. Would you sign him if he's sitting there right now?
Just based off of that, no
Just
name.
based off of that.
I mean, Pro Bowl 4.440. Yeah, why not? I mean, sounds like
How
a done
old?
deal.
44.
Uh-oh.
Terrell Owens.
No way.
A video he posted yesterday, which I don't know how accurate that is, because I don't like when the guys do stopwatches. I've seen that. To me, the only thing I believe is when they do the lasers, like at the
Laser.
combine, that shows when you start, when you stop. Otherwise, you got fidgety trigger fingers. But according to the video that he posted yesterday, T.O. was running a 4.440. He's 44 years old. I think he would like back in the league. He would play again if somebody would pick him up.
Could you imagine? I can't. If he maybe didn't pull the stunt of not going to the Hall of Fame, maybe he would have a better shot of somebody saying, yeah, we'll try you out. But now he still has bad press around him, and he's going to the Hall of Fame. And he's still controversial.
Yeah, as soon as he blocks somebody, he's dead. That's it. As soon as they put him in a blocking position, he's dead.
He's in phenomenal shape.
He is.
44, though. I mean,
He's in good shape still.
to run, yeah.
And he can still run. I mean, even
To
if that,
run, yeah.
but can he
once
separate? Can he move? Can he cut?
Can he get hit? That's the question. Can you get hit and survive at 44? No matter how good a shape you're in, your body's still 44 years old.
You're taking care of yourself. I mean, there's so many different advances now in nutrition and modern medicine. Maybe he's got, he's in good shape and he can take care of
there's
himself.
just something about that body degenerating.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean,
How many
he's
games
not
did
a
you have him
$1
for?
million.
Yeah, he might be great at 7-on-7 tournament. I don't know if I want to put him back in the NFL.
No.
He might have a better career in track and field.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. If you can run, that's fine. But as soon as you put in a 250-pound man slamming into you, Diener knows.
Diener knows. I'd love to see Diener take a hit from the 250-pound linebacker.
I just let that one sit there. I just let that one just marinate.
Oh my God, dude, you would come up so rattled. I just once we got to get that set up, man.
I remember there was one.
Diener takes a solid shot from Cameron Wake, man. Can we make that happen?
I was like, we'll call it the blind side.
That'd be phenomenal.
I would not be getting up.
USA Today talking about the prognosticators. They have picked their college conference champions and who they think is most likely to win. Which Florida school are they giving love to and which one are they not? I'll tell you about it next.
You can tell his wife. Just don't tell those other guys. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.
Going to be an interesting season. See what happens with college teams in the state of Florida. Who's going to be up, who's going to be down. There's a lot of moving pieces when you really start looking at the storylines across the whole thing. Willie Taggart, who, by the way, is in Fort Lauderdale today. He's down here recruiting again.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he's all over. He was in Miami yesterday. Today, he's in Fort Lauderdale. He's trying to make sure that the Canes don't get a foothold in there.
I don't like it.
You got Mark Richt. See what he can do. What, we got year 3 on the Richt project?
Yep, it's number 3.
Okay, so this is the year where it should be a lot of his players starting to jump to the forefront.
Right, and that's why they said last year with how well they did up until the last couple of games that they were a year ahead of schedule. This was supposed to be the year where they were winning 10, 11 games.
Yeah. UCF's got a brand new coach. FAU, year 2 of the Lane Kiffin experiment, and even up in Gainesville. You got a new coach who's been there before to win a national championship as an offensive coordinator.
Dan Mullen, right?
Yep.
He's back over there.
Yep, and hey, let's not forget about the USF. I know, so hey,
don't offend anybody now.
Calm down.
Well, I mean, hey, they had a big year last year too. So what team's going to be up? What team's going to be down? USA Today has picked their college conference champions, and they give the most love of any Florida school to FAU. They are second most confident that the Owls are going to win Conference USA. And they've got some good stats backing it up. Only one of FAU's 9 league wins in Kiffin's debut season last year came by single digits. They blew basically everybody out. And they finished with a 10-game winning streak.
Wow.
They've got some good offensive pieces. You got Singletary back, All-American at running back.
He's going to be amazing this year.
2 pretty highly recruited Power 5 conference quarterbacks battling for the starting gig. You got a West Virginia transfer receiver plus another guy on the other side. Offense looks pretty good, and they're most impressed with the defense this year. So FAU could cause a little bit of noise. We'll see what happens with them.
Do you think with this new scheme, the way that they're playing now, and the players they may be a little bit out of their league? Like, not saying that they're under everybody, but they may be just better than everybody. Like, they deserve to be playing better teams.
It might happen eventually because, I mean, look.
If they keep it up this way, I mean, that's why UCF got moved up.
I mean, they have already moved up. I think they started off in the Sun Belt.
They were in the Sun Belt,
right?
And then they moved up here to take over UCF spot.
Right. They were in the Atlantic Sun in 1 point, and now with Conference USA. I mean, the other top teams you're talking, North Texas, Southern Miss,
Isn't
UAB.
Toledo in there?
Middle Tennessee State. I mean,
Tennessee,
yeah, they've got nobody. You know, and that's probably what maybe they can hope for is, they get into the American Athletic Conference and get up there with UCF.
That's where they should be.
They're probably going to stall out there. I don't know that I see a Power 5 picking up FAU anytime soon.
That would take a little bit longer. They can get to the AAC.
They can.
Right.
But
and
then
FIU is in Conference USA as well. And with Butch Davis there, they're trying to move up, but FAU is ahead of schedule.
I think AAC, you're still on the outside looking in. I mean, look at what happened to UCF last year. You go undefeated and you still don't get an invite, and you can have that ceremonial national championship which nobody outside of your campus believes.
Losers.
That's pretty much what happens.
Yeah.
USA Today giving love to FAU, not really giving love to Miami because they pick with the most confidence that Clemson's going to win the ACC. They say without a doubt that's the no-brainer. not giving Canes the benefit of the doubt, thinking they could knock off Clemson, and not a lot of love to Florida State, who they think is still going to be rebuilding under Willie Taggart.
Yeah, they need another year. Just because, new coach, new scheme, the quarterback is still a little bit unsure in Florida State. Miami, look, I'm not going to count them out. I know I'm a homer. Okay? I'm just right on saying, yes,
I don't think
I'm a
you need
homer.
to tell anybody.
All right, so I'm a little biased here. But just speaking college football-wise, Miami was definitely behind Clemson. We saw that ACC title
No
game.
doubt,
They have
yeah.
some catching up to
Yeah.
do. So should Clemson win the conference? Yes. Will Miami challenge them? It's probably going to be a rematch this year. Don't count them out. Don't count them out. They can be right there.
Human element.
They can be right there.
They give a lot of confidence to UCF, even though they switched up coaches. They got Josh Heupel in there, still going to have a really fast offense.
Wow, Josh Heupel.
Yeah.
Man, are we getting that old that all these guys we saw play college are now coaches?
I know, head coaches, yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
They got a lot of competition there, but they love UCF as well. Alabama, they got winning the SEC, Oklahoma, the Big 12, and maybe if there's any surprise in what USA Today picks, they got Wisconsin winning the Big 10.
I thought about you when I saw that one. Your Buckeyes.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And there's one game that I think is really going to be problematic for Wisconsin. They have to go to Happy Valley.
Oh.
And that is not a fun place to play. Now, they're not going to get that whiteout effect where you play at night.
I was
and
gonna say.
it's mesmerizing to visiting teams.
Yeah.
Because that's being reserved for Ohio State this year for a payback for that win in
that's-
Columbus last year.
That's the night game at Penn State?
Yeah.
Okay.
They only do that once. And Wisconsin gets lucky. They wouldn't face Ohio State unless it's in the Big Ten championship. But I still am not seeing Wisconsin getting out of Happy Valley with that win.
Is Michigan coming up at all?
No.
No, not at all.
Gone. Done.
That's like you asking me if Florida State has a chance.
No,
I mean-
Michigan is out of it. They're done. They're done. Well, lots to talk about what is going to be going on in the NBA. Everybody seems to love talking about the Lakers, Kawhi. You're talking about LeBron going to be going out there. Paul George. That's what everybody think is going to be happening.
Book it, man.
Charles Barkley brings up a really good point, though, as to why it's not going to happen.
Oh, that's just disappointing. The Spurs, they're the best organization we've ever had in the NBA. I'm not going to help the Lakers build a super team. That makes no sense whatsoever, and play against them for the next 5 to 10 years. So I don't see him going to L.A. in any shape, form whatsoever.
Whatsoever.
I mean, it's risk above reward. It's what will you get out of trading Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers? We went over this last week. Mm-hmm. And it really, the situation is that the amount you could be able to get for the trade and the amount that, in order to be able to bring in him plus Paul George plus LeBron to the Lakers, they'd have to offload a decent amount of assets, and they also have draft picks. That one move could single-handedly rebuild the entire San Antonio Spurs organization.
Yeah, but at the same time, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, I agree with Charles Barkley. Not in the first part. Well, by the way, why does Charles Barkley always have to speak in hyperbole? Where does he get off saying that San Antonio is the best organization the NBA has ever had? No, they're not.
Who is?
It's the Celtics or the Lakers. I mean, you make the case for either one. In NBA history?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that you definitely have to put the Spurs in that conversation, and it's for a different conversation to figure out
Within
who
the past 20 years, yeah, not all time. But aside from that, I agree with him in saying that why would the Spurs build a Laker dynasty? Why would you give that to your main competitor? Doesn't make any sense to me either. They have a say in this. It's a trade. It's not like Kawhi's a free agent.
Yeah.
What do you give the Lakers if you go with Kawhi and how many years? What do you get with LeBron and how many years of high productivity? Is LeBron James in 3 to 4 years still going to be that dominating threat that can put a team on his back and pretty much get them through the NBA Finals and win a championship?
The fairy tale has to end at some point in time. It has to come to a halt at some point in time. His body has to eventually give out at one point in time.
So if you're looking at the Spurs and they're banking on the trifecta of LeBron is a major piece of that Laker team winning championships.
Oh, yeah.
And I think what you're looking at is you're looking at the clock running out on LeBron. So he's saying 5 to 10 years, maybe with Kawhi.
Yeah.
But when you take LeBron out of the picture in 3 to 4 years tops, I would say, where he's going to be that kind of a factor, then you got a little bit of time to get those pieces in and kind of rebuild. There's no way you're going to be, in 5 years, you're going to be afraid of the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying.
Unless they add other pieces other than LeBron.
Well, that's what I mean. Like they have Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and LeBron. Yeah, it's going to be like a good 2-3 years of being really, really good. But in that time, the Spurs can be able to take the assets they acquire and rebuild into a team that could be better than them. Because eventually, LeBron's going to break down. Paul George has never been outstanding. Like I mean, he's a really good player, but he's never been like a crazy, crazy good player. And Kawhi Leonard had a couple years, and that was basically it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Might be worth the gamble.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is like risk over reward. Like, I mean, if you could be able to single-handedly rebuild your entire organization off of one trade, then maybe it might be worth it.
But if it backfires on you, you're going to look like, man,
Huge.
people in San Antonio.
Total ass, yeah.
Yeah. They're going to be like, what did you do?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Exactly. Because if you are now giving Kawhi Leonard to the Lakers, you are essentially saying, okay, now LeBron and Paul George can come. Because that's what's going to happen. They can get all three. They have the room. They have the cap space. They can make this happen. And that's what would happen. That would be the domino piece that makes a new big three come in L.A. And now you're saying we are taking a back seat behind the Lakers and the Warriors and the Rockets. San Antonio now becomes the number 4 team in the West. And you have to play the long game at that point. Like you said, don't expect anything from the Spurs for another 5 years if they do this move.
So LeBron's best chance is where he's going to wind up. Everybody seems to love the Lakers this week. Houston seems to be downplayed because of the comments that LeBron doesn't really love Houston.
He hates playing there.
The Cavs still got a shot. Now, they're apparently trying to make some moves, which could include moving Kevin Love out of Cleveland.
Which would make sense.
Trying to work things around to possibly make room to, get Kawhi Leonard? If Kawhi Leonard would go to Cleveland, do you see LeBron James staying home and seeing what happens there with that?
I mean, can they afford him, though? That's the problem, is that the money that he's going to be able to get is going to be astronomical. And, I mean, like right at this point in time, he's already won a championship. He's won a finals MVP. He's going to want a lot of money. Who can give him that money besides the Lakers?
It was the Spurs, but doesn't want to stay.
Well, the Spurs are ready to offer him the Supermax.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to stay there.
He's
that's a tough one, though, because that's a lot of money. You're talking about you're talking about the highest paid player in the NBA.
The Spurs can offer $219 million. The Cavs are not going to be able to touch that.
Not even close.
Well, but the one thing, though, being in a large market, higher profile player, endorsements.
Yeah, not Cleveland.
No, I'm saying that if Kawhi went to L.A.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that
obviously
could offset itself. So, so L.A. probably still seems like the best landing place for him. Yeah, Cleveland, unless you're LeBron. How many endorsements do you see for J.R. Smith? How many is Kevin Love getting?
Yeah,
I still think they need another piece. And I believe that's what LeBron would say to himself, too, is, okay, I had Kevin Love, now I have Kawhi. Kawhi's a better player, but it's still not going to get me over the hump against Golden State. They still need something else.
Yeah, and I still got JR.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You really need to retool that entire team.
I love that they're selling off J.R. Smith's jersey that he had the big blunder in Game 1. If you want it right now, last time I checked, it's going for about $8,000.
Oh, my gosh.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, it's kind of a piece of NBA history.
It is.
It's a game-worn jersey.
Infamous.
It is. Yeah, $8,000 being auctioned off online right now. You can do a quick search and you can find it. Coming up here, the Florida Panthers, they're wheeling and dealing, and apparently they are going to try to get this team into the Stanley Cup. They've added a very controversial piece to the puzzle, though. We'll tell you why next.
Yep. He's here, too. It's Kevin's Other Show, right here on 640 The Hurricane.
Well, let me give you the positives right now. 22 goals in each of the last 4 seasons.
Okay.
That is what the Florida Panthers have just added to their roster.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Are you tricking us again? Because you did this with T.O. earlier. You didn't tell us the name first. You just give us a good stat.
Well, it's maybe not even the name, but it's the story that is coming with Mike Hoffman. Now, he saw himself with a double trade. Woke up playing for the Ottawa Senators, got a note he was going to San Jose, and then he found out, oh, wait, no, sorry, you're going to the other side of the country, down to South Florida to play for the Florida Panthers. Jeez. Now, there's a reason for this, and it's not even anything that he did. It's apparently what is going on with his wife. She likes to troll teammates from the Senators' wives who have a stillborn baby.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it doesn't sit well, does it? When you say that. How do you troll a woman who just lost her child, and a stillborn child.
Jeez.
A lot of times you think that baby's going to come out healthy, and the devastating day of, oh my goodness, my baby was born not alive, and now I'm going to pile on that person.
Who is this person? How could she do that?
I don't know what would offset what this woman had to have done to you to make you feel like in that moment you get a pass for trolling her because she gave birth to a stillborn baby.
Good
How
Lord.
bad does it have to be?
That's what I was wondering. Like, are they like old high school enemies? Like,
I don't know. You could have taken a
crazy.
dump in my fudge sundae, and that still doesn't even offset.
There's nothing that can cause.
I can't
this.
even
No.
imagine what it would be that you would justify being like, oh, okay, you get a pass for that. That's exactly what the Panthers have. Now,
Oh, great.
what kind of baggage is that going to bring with it? You can imagine something like that might travel through the NHL. He probably is coming with that baggage. How's that going to be received inside the locker room? I don't know. Now, the Florida Panthers, they seem to be willing to make some moves, go right for the cap to try to build some players and to build a team that could go to the Stanley Cup. That's encouraging. Is this guy, Mike Hoffman, going to be the right piece considering what he's bringing along with him? Now, in addition to Hoffman, the Panthers traded for a 7th-round pick in this weekend's draft, and they gave up next year's 2nd-round pick plus this year's 4th and 5th-round selections. So there's a lot of shuffling around with picks that goes on with this. So there is a lot of baggage. But again, you know, he's going to be one of the Florida Panthers forwards, and he got 22 goals in each of the last 4 seasons. So he brings some offense with him.
He does. I mean, and the Senators were a playoff team.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's that. But it's just, I can't get over his wife being a
It's-
horrible person.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Apparently, there was like over 1,000 negative or derogatory statements
1,000?
made to this one wife.
Why is this woman a psycho?
I have no clue.
I mean, this is what the Dolphins traded away with Mika Grimes.
Right.
They got rid of
Get
Brent
the
Grimes.
hell out of here.
Yeah.
And then they brought out another one to South Florida? Oh, my gosh.
I mean, you know, so it comes with the good, and it definitely comes with a lot of
I
bad.
guess which one, how much bad are you willing to deal with
Yeah. Okay.
to get to the good?
Guess we'll see what other moves they're going to make here. Could be a big week
Ouch.
for the Panthers.
Yeah, I'd
I
say.
mean, it's definitely starting off good.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas hockey team's going to get a little bit of announcement on Wednesday night in Las Vegas. The NHL's doing their annual awards, and they're going to be bringing the Eagles Club hockey team that won the Florida State Championship up on stage.
Nice.
If you want to check it out, it's going to be on the NBC Sports Network tomorrow night, 8 p.m. It's going to be airing nationally there, so you can check that out.
I like it. You know what I like, too, is that the national media hasn't forgotten about these kids.
Yeah.
You know, because so often in the news cycle, it's just one story after the next. A week goes by and you completely forget about what happened the last week, and nobody talks about it. So, I mean, we're going on 4 months since that day at Stoneman Douglas, and you know they're still putting these kids out there and showing them the appreciation that they should get. And
Yeah.
now with the ESPYs next month too, the same thing with giving the coaches the Coach of the Year award. So it's good.
Good to see. Last night, other good stuff. Marlins, baby.
Hey.
Comeback win in the 9th.
Rojas with the go-ahead knock in a 3-run 9th inning. The 0-2 pitch. Right back to Bear Claude. He makes the play. The flip to Real Muto, and it's over. It's a Marlins win, 5-4. Another comeback victory against the San Francisco Giants.
Look at that, huh?
He sounded surprised, didn't he? And it's over.
Yeah.
Oh,
He sounded
wait a second
shocked.
here.
Would have known. We got another win here.
They didn't screw it up.
Pretty good stuff.
Weird.
The Marlins starter Caleb Smith, though, got 4 runs, 6 hits, striking out 4 and walking 2. So, you know, okay night, but pitching still, young pitchers looking decent. Marlins still not looking great. 14 games back of the Braves, 29-44, still the 5th worst team in baseball.
They're coming, man.
But,
they're
you
coming
know.
back.
Coming where?
They're coming up the standings. It's happening. I see it.
You see
I see it.
I
15 games under 500.
Highly doubt you see it.
Well, they don't necessarily buy into it. That's why the Marlins are giving you added incentive to come
I don't know.
to Marlins Park. They figured out how to break 6,000 in attendance. They're going to offer up Pitbull Bobblehead Night.
And now I don't want to go. Just like that.
Come on, man, Mr. 305.
This would have the opposite
What?
effect.
July 29th is 305 Day at Marlins Park. Dale. How are you not into this?
On.
So they're offering up bobbleheads of somebody who doesn't even play for the damn team.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Like not even the mascot, not even like the.
But it's a cool,
not even like a Mattingly one. Like
No.
But it's a cool bald head. Like you
Yeah.
can rub it for good luck, and it goes, blah, 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 you know.
It's a fair point.
How great is that? And if that doesn't work for you, how about DJ Khaled bobblehead
No,
night?
Is it the same night?
No, it's going to be August 12th.
Oh, so
Yes.
what are you gonna do it in your life with a DJ Khaled bobblehead? What do you
Les
do with
wins.
that. Yeah. They've gone to a whole new low. A whole
that?
new low.
Jeez.
Yeah. So there you go. That's what's going to be going on with the Marlins there
That's
to get you in.
Not gonna help attendance.
Coming up here, some valuable information you need to know. Why you have man boobs
Oh, I've been wondering this.
and what you need to stay away from so you don't get them. I'll tell you about it next.
Get Kevin's other show whenever the hell you want on YouTube and at 640thehurricane.com.
Coming up here in a second, unless you want succulent man boobs, you need to stay away from these several items. And let me tell you, there's a couple things on the list that's very disappointing.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really kind of torn. Do I give this up or do I get man boobs?
It's kind of like with the Panthers. What outweighs what? The good or the bad? Which one? You
So
want?
is life, Diener.
Yeah.
Risk
So
over reward.
is life.
All right. Let's see.
Looks like the Mets might be selling off here pretty quick. I mean, are they giving up a little too early? They're 7 games under 500, 10 games back of the Braves, and they could be looking to deal. Todd Frazier, Jose Bautista on the short list. Some people even say maybe Noah Syndergaard or even Jacob deGrom, which already the New York Post is kind of going out and politicking to not get rid of deGrom. He's got the best ERA in the majors at 1.51. He's 5-2 right now. He's going to be a free agent after the 2020 season. So they think maybe it might be good to go out there and fish to see what kind of prospects you can get with such a big-name pitcher right now. Go ahead and dangle that out there.
What happened to this team? They started like 11-1 or 12-2, whatever it was.
Something like that, yeah. They were just on fire, and they're just struggling along. And so they're trying to figure out, okay, when do we cut our losses?
I mean, you are going to trade. I thought we would be upset as Marlins fans what they did. They're going to trade both of their best pitchers.
If they get rid of deGrom, I think they're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
I can't see that. I mean, deGrom just turns 30 today, so he's got several years left.
I mean,
A
at,
good
Hard
productivity.
restart.
yeah,
That
it
real.
is.
I mean, that at that point, yeah. When you trade away somebody of that
Yeah.
caliber,
You're just holding down the power button, waiting for the whole machine to shut
Zach,
down.
I was about to say
Yeah.
that.
That's it.
you're just like, screw it.
Task manager.
It's rough.
I got to tell you, look at the power rankings right now. It's all AL. 4 of the 5 teams from the American League. Astros on a 12-game win streak, scoring the most runs. They got the best ERA. They're going to be tough to beat this year. And the Yankees. Our boss, Leo, who just loves the Yankees, man, sent me another thing about when they've had this good of a 69-game start, like they always win the World Series.
Yeah, it's Leo's random Yankee stat of the day. We need
Yeah.
like some music for
Well,
this.
you know what though? This is what happens: is when Leo finds out that you have any interest in baseball, all of a sudden you become his baseball best friend.
Oh,
That's all
yeah.
right.
Like him and Bill from 850. Like get in the middle of that conversation, you're dead.
Bill's a Red Sox guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're both just horrible. It is not fun to be around.
Yankees, Red Sox tied for first, so no one's got any moving room there. Astros, number 1 in the power rankings. Mariners, 5th. Cubs, the only National League team ESPN's got in the top 5, and the Cubs are tied first place with the Brewers. So not a lot of movement there. So, Leo, don't get too excited too quick, dude.
But they always win the World Series
That's what he says.
when they have this type of record after 69 games.
That's what he says.
Yeah,
Anybody here want man boobs?
Nope.
not especially.
I wouldn't think it's something you strive for. Stephen A. Smith told the New Yorker that he gave up almond milk because his trainer told him it gives you man boobs.
What is this guy doing the past week? So first he comes out with the bottom feeder thing.
Yeah,
now
well-
he's talking about man boobs.
Well, they asked him, what do you like? Do you like boobs or butt? So he's basically had deep conversations about both in the last week.
Bottom feeder.
Yeah, he said there's too much estrogen in almond milk, which I'd never heard that. I
No.
had no idea. So I looked up what are the top foods that give you man boobs.
Okay. I didn't know this was a thing.
It is. According to Men's Health, these are the foods you got to stay away from, and there's a couple things in this list that are troubling. Now, a lot of it has to do with chemicals you get. So you got to watch things like shrimp. There's things that come into that. That's what they got number one. Shrimp will give you them man
Shrimp?
boobies. Yeah.
Really?
Shrimp.
That's upsetting.
Oh, scrimp.
Yeah. Chemicals apparently get into the shrimp. Canned foods, that seems to make sense.
Like all of them? With like carrots and corn that come in.
Canned foods, yeah. Right?
Why does canned food give you man boobs?
I guess it's because of the metal, like in the cans. You got to be careful.
I mean, Chef Boyardee?
Yeah.
No ravioli?
The chemicals in that lead, whatever it is, it bleeds into the food. You eat it, and next thing you know, you're a C cup.
I mean, it's all starting to make sense to me, actually.
Okay.
Strawberries,
I love strawberries.
again, chemicals. Supermarket meat and cheese, probably because of the processing and chemicals.
What the hell are we supposed to eat?
Wait, you talking about boar's head? I gotta cut out the boar's head now too?
What are we doing?
According to Men's Health.
Okay.
And your plastic water bottle. Top 5 things giving you man boobs.
I'm done.
No
Yeah.
plastic over here.
Hello?
Okay. Right.
Plastic water bottle in my hand.
Dean, you're nipping out, dude.
You're gonna look like Pamela Anderson after a little while.
Now,
Oh, that's my entire diet you just read off.
for many of you, these might be 2 of the toughest things. According to Men's Health, number 6 on the list, foods that give you man boobs, beer.
Ooh,
Screw it.
that's rough.
Yeah, I'm like going, okay.
Come on, man.
If I think I would, it would probably take a C cup to get me off a beer.
A solid C cup.
I would ride a
Yeah.
B. I think I would ride a B and still happily drink my IPAs. They say all alcohol affects the liver's ability to get rid of excess estrogen, and the phytoestrogens are present in the hops used to make beer. Plus, when you get a little hammered, you have those cheat meals,
That happens.
which adds body fat and booby tissue.
You get the drunchies. That happens.
That damn booby tissue.
Yeah.
And number 7, weed.
Uh-oh.
That's horse crap.
Ricky.
They say whether you smoke it or eat it, weed can cause increased amounts of breast tissue in men.
Yeah.
And marijuana will depress testosterone levels for up to 24 hours. So
Really?
if you're drinking beer and smoking weed, just go buy a bra, dude. Just go buy a bra.
At least they found one thing on this list that I don't consume.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Beer?
Jeez. All right.
Well, you get-
Testosterone?
In general, just testosterone.
do you guys like that ESPN, the body issue that comes out?
It's fun to take a look sometimes.
Yeah. In it this year, got some jack dudes. Saquon Barkley is going to be one of the 16 athletes featured. Seems to make sense.
Okay.
You've got Karl Anthony Towns.
I mean, is this guy jacked? Isn't he like a beanpole? I thought he was really tall and skinny.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
It's like putting Porzingis out there.
yeah.
Jeez.
Dallas Keuchel from the Astros.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yasiel Puig is in there.
Love it.
And do you know Charlotte Flair from the WWE? Is she hot?
It's Ric Flair's daughter, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Ric Flair's daughter.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she look like Ric Flair?
Not really, actually. No, I mean, she's a superstar. She's won championships and stuff. She is. She's good looking. She has a really good body.
She's hot.
Her face has always been kind of suspect to me.
Yeah, that's the one part I was waiting for.
Yeah, that's the part that's always been a little suspect. But she has a decent body.
Have you heard what they're doing with Ronda Rousey now?
What happened?
The latest thing is you see now she's got a 30-day suspension.
Why?
Yes. It's part of the storyline now.
She body slammed her manager. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it was this whole thing last night on Raw, leading out from the pay-per-view on Sunday. She lost the title match, and this, one of the wrestlers, Alexa Bliss, interfered and won the title, and they had this whole feud, and now she's suspended.
Well, they've sidelined her because they don't want her wrestling. They don't want to overexpose her before WrestleMania.
right. So she's suspended in air quotes. It's part of the storyline.
God,
Yeah.
they're really these storylines are getting deeper and deeper all the
Yeah.
time.
No, they're saving her for SummerSlam in August.
Is she awful on the mic? Because
Terrible.
that's
She
what
doesn't
I
speak
thought.
very much, does she?
That's what I
Ooh.
thought. I saw a little bit of her. I'm like, going, this is horrible. And I'm
Yeah.
like, going, they're going to do something like suspend this chick because she can't talk.
She needs more
so
practice.
They just put her on the bench for 30 days.
horrible on the mic.
Didn't they give her a mouthpiece though? Like
no, but she needs one.
She needs one.
She needs
bad.
like a manager, like a Paul Heyman, the guy who.
Yeah,
did
so I was
going to
say Paul Heyman. Yeah.
So when
be
you
great
can't
with
talk,
her.
you basically have a puppet speak
Yes.
for you. That's
yeah,
what
so
they
the
do.
Undertaker had what's his name?
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
So when they can't smack talk, they get someone that does it for you.
And Paul Heyman's with Brock Lesnar, also UFC guys. So they should do the same thing with her. That's exactly what they do. Paul Heyman is one of the best smack talking managers of all time.
Because she's horrendous on the mic.
Terrible. Very good in the ring. Awful on the mic. It's so awkward. It's so bad.
Well, she's got 30 days to work on
There
it.
you go. That's good.
All right, check out the show. We're on YouTube. We also got that podcast. It's easy to find. And go follow us on Twitter. Just search for it all. It's Kevin's Other Show.
You listened to him on the KVJ show for years. Every time he tried to talk sports, he'd get shut down. After years of begging, we finally gave in. Brought to you by Wellington Anti-Aging. Low T? Go to WellingtonAntiAging.com. And by Bremen Motor Cars in West Palm Beach. A world-class experience. Shop BremenPorsche.com now. It's Kevin's Other Show on 640 The Hurricane.